This is a from-scratch tutorial for Unreal 5.6 and up on how to set up your engine, set up your project, and insert a metahuman to your scene with an idle animation. First, let's enable in Options the Metahuman core data. Let's wait for it to install. May take a couple of minutes, then launch the engine. For the purposes of this tutorial, we will use the third-person template project. So we'll create a new project. Let's name it Metahuman and create. In the newly created project, we will go to Plugins and enable all the Metahuman plugins. So Edit, Plugins, write Metahuman, not Metahumans, without S. Let's enable all the plugins. Once done, let's restart the engine. And we are ready to start creating our metahuman. Okay, in this part, we'll create the actual metahuman. Let's make a folder, call it Metahumans. Inside the folder, we'll go to Metahuman, Metahuman character, and create it. Let's call it MH Charlie. Obviously, you can call it whatever you like. Once you go inside the metahuman, we'll get a message to enable missing plugins. Once we enable them, it will ask us to restart again. So this is the last restart, and we will restart Unreal again. Once that is done, we'll go back to our character we created. And in here, we'll customize the character. In this tutorial, we won't go through an actual deep customization, only create a character from preset and change the hair maybe a little bit and export it. We can go to body and choose a body type from a preset of body types. We could later on create our own body type, but for now we'll stick with this one. When we go to head, we can customize and sculpt the head itself. Just move points around to create the metahuman you want. Obviously, the metahuman editor is much deeper than this, but for the scope of this tutorial, we'll just edit just a little bit. Now we go to material, give it a skin tone, brighter, darker, whatever we want. In hair, I'm going to go and give him an afro. Because why not? Alright, that's enough customization, basic customization for now. Let's create this metahuman. We go to assembly, hit create full rig. And while we wait for this, we will be prompted to log in to our Epic account. So let's log in. Once we are logged in, let's hit download texture source. This will download the texture of our metahuman. We keep waiting until the create full rig is done. Once it is done, we need to go to hair and clothing. Then go back to assembly and we'll have a green button named assemble. We hit the green button to create the metahuman. And that's it. Let's save and close. And now inside the folder metahumans, we will have a new folder called mhCharlie, which is the metahuman we created. Inside of that, you will have the metahuman you can drop in the level. In version 5.7.1, we have a bug with the hair of the metahumans. So in this section, we'll fix this bug. We'll go inside the metahumans, and select all the hair parts. So let's start with the hair. Go into the binding asset, and in source skeleton mesh, we will set the Charlie face mesh. We will do the same thing for all the hair assets inside our metahuman. So fuzz, eyelashes, eyebrows, beard, and mustache. And that's it. Now the hair is assigned correctly to the metahuman. Again, if you are using any version except 5.7.1, you can skip this part entirely. Now we will retarget the default Unreal Engine idle animation to work with the metahuman. We'll create a new folder. Let's call it Retargeter or Retargeting. Now we will go to Animation, Retargeting, and create an IK retargeter. Again, Animation, Retargeting, and create IK rig. This rig will be for Charlie, which is our metahuman character we just created. We'll create another retargeting IK rig for the default character of Unreal Engine 5, which is Manny. We'll go inside IK Charlie, and in preview skeleton mesh, we will assign the skeleton of Charlie body. Then we will do auto create retargeting chain and auto create IK. Save and exit. We'll do the same thing for Manny. We'll go inside, preview skeleton, select Quinn Simple. Quinn is the female version of Manny. We'll do auto create retargeter, auto create IK, and save. And now we will retarget them to each other. So let's rename the retargeter to Manny to Charlie. Go inside, in the source IK rig asset, we'll select Manny. Assign. This is the source character. The target character will be Charlie. And we'll go to the bottom left side to Asset Browser and find an idle animation. And export selected animation. I will export it to content. Save and exit. And now there's an animation in contact for the body of our metahuman for the idle animation. Let's assign it. Go to body, use animation asset, and assign the new animation. And that's it. We have a Metahuman with a default Unreal Engine animation.